Hey, family.
It's your girl, Nancy Drew.
And Mama C.
And we're back with another episode of Two Black Mothers. Make sure you hit that subscribe, like, and share.
And
notification button.
And, and what?
Leave your comments. I'll subscribe.
No, we said that.
Share. Leave your comments down below.
Mm-hmm.
We'll get back to them.
Yep.
Go to
Time
bed.
back. Two Black Mothers.
Today is Why Not Wednesday. Why not take your ass to bed?
Exactly. Why not? You got your night clothes on. Go to bed.
Exactly. Got on your pajamas. Look like sharks. What is it?
Sonic.
Sonic. Oh, I forgot you was Sonic Dash. All right, Sonic Dash to bed.
Good night. And
Well.
we know he didn't go to his room.
Oh, we know. We know, and we will see him again. So
Exactly. We will. We will definitely see him again. Why not Wednesday?
Why not?
Why not what?
Why not am I asleep?
Exactly. Why are you not asleep? And there he is.
Why not? Let's talk about.
Uh-oh. Isabella is at it. Isabella is at it. So
Let's talk about why dating is so hard.
exactly. Why is dating so challenging?
So I've been seeing lately that people are having a hard time. I've seen this girl on TikTok, and she was saying how it's just so hard to date people nowadays, and she just doesn't know what to do.
Why did she say it's hard?
She said that, you know, when she goes on these dates, these individuals are, and she said that she has dated both sides.
Okay.
And she said
Is this
that
the lady who does the review, the heavyset lady?
no, that's Get Ready With Me, Ashley. Oh no, not her.
I like her.
She just dates off of Hinged, or yeah, I think hers is called
She
Hinge.
just Hinge.
But I don't like that title. Like, it made me think of Unhinged. Like, it made me feel like a serial killer is going to be on there. So I don't like that for her. But nevertheless, she has been dating off of there, and she is like on date number 6 or 7 or 8 with some guy. She usually never make it past 3. So
that's good.
Being successful with her dating on there. But this lady came across my For You page last night before I went to bed, and she was just saying that the men have crazy expectations, and the women are wanting to be controlling. And so she was just saying it's just hard. She's just going to be by herself. And I think that we should do a dating we should make a dating show.
Okay, so what's the name of our dating show? And we said this before. We said we was going to do something for dating before. We have said this before. Like a speed dating event. So what is the name of our show? Are we what are we doing?
I don't know. What would be the name? What would be a good name for a dating show?
But what is the point? What is the dating show? Like, are we matching people?
I think that there should be a questionnaire. Like,
hold on. Go to bed. Now. Is it like, what are we doing?
I think it should be a questionnaire. Maybe some scenarios. Just like, so I was doing an application the other day, and Indeed had all these random questions they were asking me. And it needs to be the same thing for dating, for you to move on. You need to be able to answer these questions, right? It need to be an assessment before your
Yes.
match. It should
Yes.
not be a look at you and swipe right because I like your picture. It needs to be an assessment. If you fail
But
that
that is the profile. Like the profile builder is the assessment.
no, that's not enough. The profile builder is just going to say 32, looking for somebody to hang out with and get to know. It's not going to answer. That's not what Indeed asked me. They didn't ask me, like, it asked me questions about, if you needed to do this, what would be the best answer?
Mm-hmm.
And it had options A, B, C, D. So I feel it needs to
You
be
took an assessment.
Yes.
Okay. And what was the assessment on?
Accounting.
Okay, so accounting assessment. Okay. So you want to do a dating assessment. Hold on. Let me pull up my handy dandy chat GPT.
Yeah, need a dating assessment because these people are matching with cuckoos, and it's because that it's just the picture. They just see a picture and they're swiping right. And it needs to be a dating assessment.
Okay, so we're creating an app. That's what we're doing.
Yes.
Dating assessment. Okay. What else?
So, like me, if I got back here on the dating scene, I think that I would not be looking for a husband. I think if I did find a husband, I would probably join a poly relationship.
Let's go deeper into that. Why a poly? Would it be a poly with two men and you, or a poly with a man and you?
It would probably be poly with a man and another woman, because I just really don't want to be bothered. And I would want him to be able to, go on to her, and I need her to be able to watch these kids and stuff like that. Like, I really just would want to live my life just free.
Okay.
Yeah.
Now, I never knew the poly thing. I don't think I could do a poly, and this is why, because I would think I would get tired of the other person. Not the person that I'm dating or sleeping with or whatever. That other person that's in the house.
Well, I think that
they're doing everything.
I think, the Sister Wives show from back in the day. Now, the ones that they be making now, they'd be a little confused. But the one from back in the day, he did not have them in the same house. He took care of the bills at that house. He took care of the bills at your house, and he split his time. I think that's what I would want. I don't want you to have too many expectations from me. I want to be able to send my kids over to Susie's house and Susie watch them. Like, that would be what I would want to do. I don't want to cook for you every night. Do
you want to be the side piece?
Yes, exactly.
You want to be the side piece,
but I want her to know. Like, I wanted to, I want to know.
Yeah. Okay. So you don't want him to be cheating. You just want her to know. So you need to date someone with open relationship.
Yeah. Now, I wouldn't want him to be open, like, we've seen these charts for Houston. I don't want him to be like,
open just with you.
Yeah. I don't want him to be just out here. But if he, like, I got Sheila over here, she gonna watch the kids. If you need anything, we good. Yeah, I'm cool with it. It's too many expectations from people. Like, I just don't want to be.
I don't mind some expectations. Okay, I don't mind some because I have expectations. Okay, so don't mind some. It's when you have a plethora of expectations.
But nowadays, people have a plethora. I have realized that nowadays people have a plethora, and they just want the most from you.
And half of the time they can't even reach those expectations that you
they can't, but they expect it from you.
They do. They think they can reach it.
Yeah,
but they have no clue.
I agree.
Yeah, I agree on that one too. People should really narrow down their expectations for the other person in a relationship. Can you really meet those expectations, or are you meeting? Not even can you meet them? Do you have them now?
Yeah. Also, can you see yourself? Like that's my thing. Like the expectations that you have for me, do you have them for yourself?
Yeah.
Like, people
But people
expect,
say yes. People will say
but
yes. I do.
but they don't be. They don't be.
Yeah.
They don't.
Yeah, they lie.
Yeah. Yeah.
People
So
are delusional. They lie.
mhm.
Yeah.
So for
People.
me, if my time end in my marriage and I had to get back out there, I would not even look for another husband, no children,
Definitely the kid thing. No kids. None. None. None.
none.
Not at all. Not one. Not zero. Have enough. No kids. Okay. All right.
Heavy
Like,
on the no kids.
yes, yes. No kids. I am done. No more. No kids. No kids. So what are your non-negotiables
For
dating? Because with those expectations, people set expectations. Are you saying they should lower their non-negotiables?
I think you have to evaluate your non-negotiables. And I think especially like, in marriage, you have to like compromise and bend certain things that you wouldn't usually do to, work with the other person because they're not the same person as you. Things that you think are so important may not be that important to the other person. It could be something, I mean, just like, when I met my husband, he was like, I always grew up, you're not supposed to give a man his food on a paper plate. I ain't never in my life heard that.
Well, what the
But
hell are you supposed to eat out of?
a regular plate.
And do everybody else eat off the paper plate?
Yeah, everybody else eat off paper plates. But I guess in the South, they don't give their man a paper plate. And I was like, what? And over the time, I just adjusted it because, hey, that's something that he likes. So it didn't bother me. It was something so minute. But those are the things like, people say stuff and it'd be like, what are you talking about? It's not nothing to you, but it's something to him. It makes him feel like that's something for a man.
Question. Hold on. Okay, I get it. In his past relationships, has he always never ate off a paper plate? Because don't come into this relationship think you're not gonna eat off a paper plate if you don't ate off a paper plate before.
I mean, he still will, I mean, he had off a paper plate today, but but I guess he was telling me his expectation. So, that's what I'm just saying, that you got to be able to pick and choose what you can, tolerate or negotiate on. It may be somebody that say, I can only date somebody that get they toes done every 2 weeks.
Yeah.
Like you got to be able to decide, like, is that something I want to deal with? Like, so it's just different things. I think that, like I said, it needs to be an assessment so that you could kind of negate what this person is like. It should be scenarios, just like when you take an assessment for a job, they give you scenarios. What would you do in this case? I feel like those need to be questions on dating, because you really don't know who you getting with until you start getting with them. Then you see the things that they require. But when they first talk to you, they don't tell you about what they require. You think all these years I've known him, he ever said, oh, I don't eat off no paper plates. No, I never heard that. So
I have never heard of that either. Never. All right. So go over non-negotiables. I'm writing this down. We about to get this app started.
Yeah. So this girl, but to go back to the girl, she was saying that the guy she was on a date with, he had told her that do she have kids or whatever. She said she had 2 kids, and he was like, would you feed your kids first or your man?
My kids.
And he told her that she's supposed to feed her man first. And see, I'm the opposite as well. I feed the kids and then fix Eric plate. But he said that the man should be fed first, then you feed your kids.
Oh, I love that. Do you feed?
So she was like, she was like, she went on with the date, but after that she blocked him. But
see, I don't think you should do that. I think we should be able to in our app, if we put that's a non-negotiable, we should be able, a notification should go to that person and say this was a non-negotiable thing for this person.
Mm-hmm. You are not a match.
You are not a match. Yeah.
You should be able to receive.
Oh, not a match. Yes. Because that may give that person
an idea that I'm not matching with nobody because my thought process is messed up. Yeah. Exactly. But people don't know. They don't know because that's not part of any dating. It's not. It just wastes people's time. People meet people and they end up, finding out later on. It needs to be something.
Yes, I like that. I like that. Okay. We do need those questions. You need those questions that you will bring up. What about credit?
Credit. Okay. Credit is so up and down every 30 days that
no. Credit is up and down every 30 days by points. But in the last 30 days, if your credit has dropped 100 points, we got a problem.
But what if I needed a transmission? I swapped my car for $4,000 and now my credit score done plunged.
Hold on. Let's pause because King is barking. So somebody's at the door. We're gonna pause.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe we don't have to ask about the credit score, like the number. Maybe we should ask, is credit important to you? Or how important is credit to you?
Okay, I think that's a better question because I feel like anything can be going on. Credit can be up and down.
But not up and down to a 430 from a 730. Not up and down from that. Like 1 month, you're not going to be a 430, and the next month, you're going to be a 730. That ain't going to happen.
But also, I believe in things happen. I believe in, sometimes people fall on hard times. They run their credit cards up, and then they need to pay them off. We all have been victims to the credit world.
Mm-hmm.
I'm echoing. I can hear myself.
I guess our social media consultant said that our stuff be too loud. That's why we can hear each other. That's what social media.
But I sent you a young lady on TikTok. She said she got 21 questions for.
Oh, let's get into that. For the dating?
Yes.
Let's get into those 21 questions and see which ones we agree with and which ones we don't. Make sure y'all comment below. I like this. We need to come up with a day to do dating, to talk about dating.
Okay.
Dating questions I ask in real life, part 1. So without blaming your ex, what happened in your last relationship? Is
that a valid question?
But it said without blaming your ex, and what if it was your ex's fault?
Exactly.
So I don't like that one.
No. Someone who thinks that y'all are together?
Hold on.
Is there someone who thinks that y'all are together?
That don't make sense.
That's a good question.
Is it someone thinks that y'all are together?
Is it someone that thinks that y'all are together still?
In your dating?
Yes. So do somebody think that you they girlfriend? Or does everybody know that you're single?
Well, just because they think it don't mean that you are, because I could think I'm single and that person may be delusional and think we still in a relationship or we're in a relationship.
But that's still a good question, because if that is your situation, you have a delulu, I don't want to be a part of it, because I could be unalive because you have a delulu on your case and you're telling me you didn't tell me, and then I get to hanging around and now somebody's following my car and now somebody's calling my phone. So that is a valid question. Is there somebody that thinks that you are with them?
That will be on our assessment.
Are you single? Not just legally. All right. So I noticed that you have your kids in your cover photo on your Facebook. How often do you see them? And I'm not talking.
Well, neither one of us would go for anybody with any children, so this wouldn't be one of our questions. But
So it's going to be on our app.
But it'd be on the app.
If you do have kids, how often do you see your kids, and is your kids in your life?
Right. Because people will say they have kids and don't see them at all, don't do nothing for them, the whole nine.
You have custody of your kids. Do your kids live with you?
Yes, these are all questions you need to know.
Okay.
On FaceTime. Do you offer to get your kids like on, school breaks, holidays? Do you live alone? What does loving you look like? How do you communicate?
What
I
does
love
loving
that
you look
question.
like? Now that's a good one.
That is a good one.
What
Yes.
does loving you look like? And some people cannot answer that question because they don't know what love is.
Oh, I like that. What does loving you look like?
Mm-hmm.
Oh my God. I love that. I love that one. I mean, that's something I have to take a deep dive in. What does loving you look like? Because I know what being with me look like, but what does loving you look like?
Mm-hmm.
Damn. Okay, girl. Okay. We might have to subscribe to her.
Okay, when you're angry. No. Better question. Loving you look like? How do you communicate when you're angry?
Yes.
No.
Okay.
Better question.
I like that one. How
now
do
that
you
one
communicate
can stop
when you're angry?
people punching you in your eye. If you ask them, how do you? What was the question? I forgot
How
that
do
quick.
you communicate when?
How do you communicate when you're angry? If they say, I do turn up, I done punched a couple walls. Oh, next.
But how do you know they're telling the truth?
You don't. That's with anybody. You're not going to know whether they're telling the truth or not, but you can tell. You will be able to evaluate quicker if you know that I asked that question and they said, oh, I'm calm when I communicate. I know how to control my anger. And then the first argument, they're yelling, hang up on you or anything other than what they said, then I know that that's not the case.
Yeah. But not always, because I feel I'm a yeller.
Mm-hmm.
I'm a yeller. I yell at the kids. I'm a yeller. Okay. But it don't mean I have that aggressive to hit somebody. I'm not going to hit anyone. I'm not going to lay my.
And if you answer the question saying I will get loud, but I don't get physical. Okay. But as soon as you get physical, then I know that it wasn't the case.
Yeah. Yeah. I like that. Okay.
Okay, when you're angry. No. Better question is when I make you angry, how can I better communicate with you? What's the?
I like that. Getting to know the person, communication style. Mm-hmm. Getting to know the person.
Mm-hmm.
I like to do that. I don't know. Let's pause. And we're back. Next question. Communication.
Communication when you're angry. What was it? Communication.
No.
Angry. How can I better communicate with you? What's the best way to communicate with you when you're upset and when you're angry?
The best way to communicate with you when you're upset and angry.
And this is a good question because, like I said, in my marriage, it took me over a year for us to be able to communicate when we get upset. Like now we know how to communicate with each other, but prior to that, he would just get mad and storm out the door because you know, I'm gonna stoop to your level. I match your energy. So, but over time, we learned to deal with each other. So, like, if I'm angry, he'll just be the calmer one and be like, "Oh, I didn't respond to what you said because I knew it was just gonna start an argument." But at the beginning, we didn't know how to deal with each other when we angry and communicate. So it just make a bigger fight.
No.
So that's a good question.
That is. I love that question. Good question.
Let me know if you want a part 2.
We do, girl. Wait. That was
She's
in
gonna
2023.
Mm-hmm.
That was in 2023. Do she have a part 2?
Let's see.
She said 21 questions. That was only 2. We need more. I want more.
Yeah, that was her pinned. That was her most viewed one.
Well, she got a 4 million one about this latte.
I'm talking about the question. She don't have a part 2.
So we do need to come up with those 21 questions. You all comment below some questions that you will ask on a date or you wish you had on your dating assessment. We're going to come up with 21 questions to ask during a date. 21 questions to ask during your date. Should it be first date questions? Like, is there a certain thing that you should ask on the first date and wait to ask on another date? Like, or should you just put everything on the table the first date? Should you wait to say certain things that goes on in your life for like 60 days to 90 days?
Certain things going on in your life, like what?
Anything. Like, let's say that this person, like, I always go to the financialist, and y'all know why. Okay. Let's say the person that you're dating now is going through bankruptcy. Should you tell that person during that time? Can you date a person who job hop? They always have a job, but they job hop. Could you date a person that job hop?
I don't know, because are you consistent at anything?
I consistent at anything? You know I'm damn consistent.
Not you.
Oh, the person who is not. Let's say they are. Let's say they have finally found a stable job in their life. Now, before they wasn't. But let's say they've been with this 7 years. They've been with the same job for 7 years. But now they're dating someone who can only keep a job 7 weeks. How do you do all the goddamn time?
So I think a question needs to be, what are your career goals?
Career goals. When do you ask this?
I think this need to be part of the assessment. What are your career goals? It needs to be overall questions that gives you an idea of what type of person you're dealing with. You know, if they answer none, then you might know that that's not the person for you. If they say, I haven't figured it out yet. You know, anything that is not what you want to hear, then you need to move on. I think that if I met somebody and they were in bankruptcy, should they tell me right out the gate? I don't think you got to tell me on the first date you're in bankruptcy. It's hard. I don't know.
But when should you tell me?
When should you tell me? I definitely feel like finances need to be a topic. It's just that I hate to say that it need to be at the beginning because people feel like, oh, you're a gold digger. You know, all you care about is the money. But in reality, like, I need to know where you are at financially, because what happens is if I don't know and you say it 60 days from now or 90 days from now I really like you. But if you would have said it from the beginning, I would have passed on you. Like, that's the problem that I have with it. So I don't know. It needs to come up.
It does. What about when do you ask if that person want to be married or not?
I think that's a beginning question.
First date.
Mm-hmm.
How do you feel about marriage?
Yeah, how do you feel about marriage? Do you see yourself ever getting married? Do you want any more kids? I think all those are questions that you should ask, because I don't think I asked my husband that and he wants a bunch of kids and I can't do it.
Exactly. First date. Do you want more kids? Do you
Mhm.
want more kids? Okay. What about what I was gonna say? This child has broken my train of thought. What? No. 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 Okay. Question number one: do you have kids? Do you want more kids? Because I fucking don't.
Mhm.
Hey, how do you feel about dating people with kids?
Mhm.
Can you date somebody with kids, even though you don't want no kids or don't want no more kids? Can you date someone with kids?
Mhm. So I had seen a guy on TikTok today, and he was doing this dating. It was like a dating line of women or whatever.
Was
And
it popping the balloon?
yes, to pop the balloon.
Okay.
So most of them popped their balloon, but it was this one young lady, she didn't pop her balloon. And he walks up to her and he's like, "Do you have children?" And she says, yes. She says 4 ages, like 19, 17, something and something. And so he's like, "How many baby daddies?" And she's like, 3. And he like, "That's deal breaker for me." And
Three baby daddies.
he was like,
Oh,
"Why?" And he was like, "Because the first one could have been a mistake." He was like, "But the 2 other ones are your fault." And she was like, "You don't even know what happened in a relationship." She was like, "My first child's father died. And, I had 2 more kids. They didn't work out. I had 2 other baby daddies that they didn't work out." And he was like, "A top tier man would never pick a woman with 3 baby daddies." And he popped her balloon. So
how do you feel?
it's rough. Like I said, this need to be part of the assessment because
But see, you also got to understand those expectations right there when he said a top tier man. What qualifies you as a top tier man?
she said, "How do you know I'm not a top tier woman? Like, how can you say you're a top tier man, but disqualify me as a top tier woman?" Like I said, it needs to be part of the assessment because you have to evaluate if you want to deal with all these people.
Mm-hmm.
If you got 3 baby daddies and you say, "Hey, we co-parent just fine, and I don't have any issues," and that's fine. But some people just, have crazy baby daddies or baby mamas or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
So it just need to be talked about so that the person can evaluate what they willing to deal with. He was saying for him, more than one, he ain't dealing with it.
Mm.
And I couldn't imagine, if my husband had 3 baby mamas, yeah, I don't think I could deal.
No,
I can't deal with one.
I think it depends on the baby mamas and how you are like other baby mamas. Y'all don't like each other.
How do you know when you initially getting into it? How do you know?
Yeah. I think sometimes baby mamas, baby daddies get a bad rap because not all baby mamas and baby daddies are bad.
And it's people that co-parent just fine. You see, just did her baby shower, her gender reveal the other day. She having a girl, and her baby daddy was there, and he had on a shirt, Team Girl, and he was taking pictures with her and pictures with the new baby daddy and his son. Like, so, some people co-parent fine.
Mm-hmm.
And even when they had a podcast, just would say that, it was hard at first. They had to learn how to co-parent. and now they have a great co-parenting relationship. So it kind of depends on, I mean, maybe the question needs to be, what is the relationship between your child's parent, so that you can get an understanding, like because I'm telling you, I have dealt with crazy baby mamas. I done dealt with females putting my number on Craigslist, calling my phone 70 times, you know, the whole nine. And people don't be having time for that. Because if you said at the beginning, I got a crazy baby mama, she's stalking me, she don't want me to be with nobody else but her, then I can exclude myself from that situation. Because otherwise, you make it where I have to deal with the drama. And then that becomes a cold case on the first 48, because now your baby mama done came over here and pew me in the leg because she don't want me to deal with you no more. So, you know, nobody has time for that.
No, not at all. Not at all. Not at all. Good question. Good. Okay. What else? What other questions should you be asking on the first date, or within the first stages of dating, on the assessment, when you're looking for someone? What are you looking for in that person? What are those non-negotiables? What are your expectations? What about dating someone who goes outside in a bonnet?
So, somebody that goes out in a bonnet.
Or do-rag.
I mean, that wouldn't be a problem for me, but I don't know. It may be somebody else's non-negotiable.
Yes. It's not a non-negotiable for me. I don't wear a bonnet out. I don't have to.
I don't think you wear a bonnet.
I don't.
You
I
don't
wear
have a
do-rag out. Now, could I date a female who wears a bonnet out? No. I don't think I could. I wouldn't be attracted to that person at that time. If I met them and they had on a bonnet, I wouldn't be attracted to them.
But what if you met them and they didn't have on a bonnet, but you on FaceTime with them and they running out to the store to get some milk and they got a bonnet on?
I would say, I think you forgot something on your head. I think you forgot your bonnet on. You're not gonna take off that bonnet?
But what if her hair is not done? What if she doesn't have good hair like you?
Well, why you even got the bonnet on if it's your hair not done? Like you shouldn't even have the bonnet on. Why you got a bonnet on if your hair not done?
The bonnet is to cover the hair.
I thought the bonnet was to protect your hairstyle.
No, some people have on a bonnet because their hair is not done.
They put on a damn wig or get your hair done. I thought the bonnet was to protect the hairstyle.
No, y'all leave some comments and let us know, what is the bonnet for?
Like, the bonnet is to protect the hairstyle. You do not have a bonnet because, seriously, people put on a bonnet because their hair.
Well, if we go run through the store and snatch all the girls' bonnets off, I'm telling you, the majority ain't gonna have their hair done.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
Could have fooled the hell out of me, because I thought the bonnet was, you put it on at night to protect your hair.
They do. Some do. Some throw on a bonnet because their hair is not done.
So you think it's better to put a fucking bonnet on your head than to walk around with your hair?
It's like a hat.
Is it? Why don't you just put on a hat?
It'd be squeezing your head and stuff. The bonnet just.
Okay. I really did think, I'm sorry, I really did think the bonnet was to protect your hairstyle.
It is so that you go to sleep. I mean, it was designed to protect your hairstyle, and so you can go to sleep with it, to keep dandruff and pillow debris out your hair and all those things. But it is individuals that throw the bonnet on to go to the store, to go other places. Some don't even have their wig on. Their wig is hanging on the head in the bathroom, and they throw the bonnet on to just cover their head so they can go out real quick.
Oh my God. I am so It may, because I never knew that. What about, could you date somebody who runs out and runs to the grocery store with no bra on? Well, I'm sure you can't because you don't date women, but like being presentable when you walk out the door. Isn't I just came back from volleyball camp?
Girl, I haven't seen you in about a week.
She's been doing volleyball. Well, last week she didn't have volleyball camp, so she stayed in her room the whole week and didn't do anything.
Actually, I did.
You did not do nothing.
Did.
You didn't practice your volleyball. You didn't walk your mouse.
I did do my mouse. You can look at my history.
I am.
And hi guys. Don't listen to her. I do my mouse every other day. But I also do my volleyball. My 2 volleyballs, one they equal to 2,000 steps. So
Okay.
2,000 steps. Is that what she said?
You took 10,000 steps today?
more.
Oh, she did. She said she did more than 10,000 steps.
Okay, that's wonderful.
I didn't have my watch on.
So how the hell you don't even know? Get your ass out of
No,
here.
because I have a watch on like one day and I did both camps and I know I had over 10,000 steps.
Get out.
Love y'all.
Being presentable when you go out the house. Can you date someone who is not presentable going out the house? And I'm not talking about full throttle makeup. Just not presentable. No bra on.
Well,
legs,
sometimes
no underwear, short, just witty wacky hanging. Like, can you date somebody like that?
maybe I'm just not a good person for this question because I go out with no bra some days.
How can first of all, I can barely go to sleep with no bra on. Okay.
See, for me, I don't like clothes and stuff. Like yesterday when we came back from the water park, I took a shower and I put on a nightgown. And then I went to go cook. And I realized I ain't have any beef broth. So I threw on my biggest trench coat and buttoned it up.
In 102-degree weather. You put on a trench coat in 102-degree weather.
I did, and buttoned it up in the front because I had on a nightgown, and I put on my slides and I headed to the store. So I am somebody you wouldn't date. I'd be disqualified. But
it was 100 degrees yesterday, and you put on a trench coat.
I didn't want to put on no bra, no drawers, no pants. I didn't want to do none of that. I had got out the shower, washed my hair, put on my nightgown, and I didn't want to do all that. I didn't.
Okay. So, me, not every time, but you can't look a hot mess. But I need to date someone who have, like, I want to date someone who have some type of swag about themselves. It ain't got to be the hippest swag or whatever, but have some type of something about themselves, about going out. And you ain't always got to be dressed up. You ain't always got to have the face painted. But know when you're going out, you can run into anybody. I would not go out with no bra on. I am sorry. Sometimes when I take the kids to school, I'm scared to go out with no bra.
Yeah, see, I'm so like taking the kids to school. Girl, I pull up in a robe every morning.
What if you have to get out? What if you're running late, just 4 minutes late, and they shut that damn line down? Now you gotta go check them in. Sometimes
if I'm running late like that, then I will put on, a t-shirt and some leggings. If I'm running late like that, but if I know that we're gonna make the drop off time, I'm gonna have on my pink robe and nothing else in my slides, and get out the car. Get out.
You gonna get out the car?
No, the kids.
Oh,
but that's why you got to have the assessment. It could be a question like, would you drop your kids off to school in your robe? Hey, me, yep. And then he could be like, you are not a match. I gotta keep it moving.
Is appearance big in your relationship? Is appearance big for the person that you're dating? Appearance.
I think if we're going out and we're going to be out, then yes. But what if you don't see me dropping off my kids?
Mm-hmm.
You would have no idea.
But once, so you have no idea. But once we start dating, I still start seeing your ass out with no fucking clothes on.
And then, like I said, some of the things, can be talked about. Like if my husband said to me, like, I really don't like that you be dropping the kids off in the road, then I probably would throw something else on. But hey, we both done rode to McDonald's together in robes, nothing else, through the drive-through. Give me a number 1 and a number 7. And so it depends. Like if the person says that they don't like that, I will make adjustments based on what it is.
When do you tell the person that you don't like something? Like when do you tell the person that you're not feeling the lipstick they wear on a base, or you're not feeling that?
I think you tell them right away.
Right away.
My hair became dreads because my husband said, I hate that you always wear wigs. I think you should wear your natural hair. And I was like, this Zimbabwe hair, like it don't do what other people hair do. Like, and then, I discussed it with my friend and she said, oh yeah, you can cut your hair off and do the same thing mine do.
It did.
And I was like, okay, well, let's do it, girl. And we went and got the hair chopped off, and it didn't do what hers did. I don't want to call it names, but it didn't do what hers did. It didn't work. I looked like I stuck my finger in the outlet, and that was that. So I grew that hair out and dreaded it up, and I love my dreads. That was a suggestion from him. So
nice. And everybody can't take that though. Everybody can't take that suggestion and like say, and they be like, take it and say, well, you pay for it, or no, I like my hair like this, or like everybody cannot take that.
Right.
That criticism, constructive criticism. Everybody can't take that. And that should be a question too. How do you handle feedback? How do you handle criticism? Because everybody can't take it. I feel that is a time and a place to say certain things. I feel like, what if you're dating somebody who has an odor that you can't stand? Like, when do you say that? You like the person, you're feeling the person, but they just have this odor. Some people smell like garlic because they eat a lot of garlic, or their pores, you can smell things coming through their pores. Some people do. When do you say that to them?
I think that you would say, like, I think that you should turn it around. So you should say, like, oh, I need to stop eating all these onions. And they be like, why? And you be like, that comes through your pores. And they be like, really? Yeah. Yeah, when you eat all this, it come out of your pores. Like, what's something you eat a lot of? They be like, no, I'm saying just ask them. And they be like, well, I love garlic on everything. You know what? I love the little garlic. You know what? You need to cut back on that garlic. I'm gonna cut back on my onions or something like that. Like, it gotta be a way to tell it better than just saying anything.
Yeah. I feel that too. I feel there's a time, a place, and a way that you say certain things to people. Because a lot of people are emotional, and I really feel there's a way and a time that you say certain things to people, and everybody can't take it.
I mean, even like you just said, the lipstick thing, even if you was wearing a red lipstick that whoever you were dating then like, they could say, honey, you're so much more beautiful without that red lipstick. I don't know. It just does something to your beauty. It tones it down. And then you're going to be like, really? Oh, okay. Then you're going to know in the back of your head, when I see them, they think I look better without this red lipstick. But if you come in there and be like, that is so ugly. Like, why you got that on? Then I'm automatically gonna go in defense mode. Now I got to think about something I don't like about your ass.
That's what we do. We go
Yeah.
shot for shot. That's
Yeah.
what we do.
So
We definitely do that.
it's all about your deliverance.
Yes. So when do you have the sex talk with your dating partner? When do you have that? When do you have the sex talk as far as how many sexual partners have you been with? What type of sex do you like? How do you like sex? Like the sex
Now,
talk.
how many partners I've had? Is that an important question?
I don't think it's important, but it's something I want to know.
Okay.
Because if I'm dating someone and they say they've had over 100 sexual partners, I'm going to definitely pop that balloon.
Now, see,
Balloon pop.
I don't know. I've never asked like how many partners have you had. That's never been a question of mine. I want to know, have you been tested?
How often do you get a physical?
Yeah. Do you have any diseases? Because he may have had 10 and you may have had 50, but the 10 caught the wrong person. So, the number doesn't matter to me. It's about how is your health.
Mm-hmm.
Now, it could be that if you said you had 100, that you are a prostitute. I don't know. So maybe that is a question that needs to be asked, because you could be a whore.
Yes.
And I don't know. But maybe you're a retired whore.
You used to work the pole, but now you didn't. And you could say that too. I used to work the pole, but now I don't.
Mm-hmm.
I used to be on the corner, but now I'm not.
Mm-hmm.
You can say that as well. And then maybe I'll change slightly. But then I still have that in the back of my head. I slept with 100 motherfuckers. That still be in the back of my head. So how many?
But see, I never asked that question because I always thought that people lie.
They do.
Yeah, I think that's why I never
date men, the number goes up. You date women, the numbers go down.
Mm-hmm. So I figured that's why I ain't never asked that question. I just think they're gonna lie.
And for me, it's not how many people you sleep with, it's who have you dated? Like, go through your exes. What is your relationship? I want to know how was that relationship with those people? Like, how was your relationship with them? How do you act in a relationship with them?
So would it be a deal breaker if somebody says, I've never had a long-term relationship?
That would be a deal breaker because you wouldn't know how to be in a long-term relationship.
Mm-hmm.
But what is a long-term relationship to you? Like, what is long-term for me? Long-term for me could be a year. Mm-hmm. Long-term for me could be 2 years. I mean, extremely long-term is like 10 years.
Mm-hmm.
When somebody being especially a lesbian relationship, when someone say they have been in a lesbian relationship for 10 years, I'm like, oh my God.
That's a long time.
That's a long time.
Now, why does relationships not last that long?
Because lesbians be U-hauling. They date, they ask the 12 questions on the date, and the next day they move in. That's what they do.
Mm-hmm. What is the minimum length of time you should be talking to somebody before they move in?
Me now at this age, you have to have your own first. You need to know you have your own before. That's a non-negotiable.
Mm-hmm.
If you don't have your own, balloon pop. That's a non-negotiable. I've said it before. If you don't have your own apartment or house or something of your own, that is a non-negotiable for me. Okay.
So people be real slick, because I've seen multiple people that will be like, oh, my mom lives with me.
Yep.
And they really be living with mama. So what do you do in that situation? You meet the person and they like, yeah, I stay over here on such and such road. It's me and my mom. Do I need to dig deeper and see who house? Do I need to go to the tax records?
No, you need to go to the tax records. You could dig deeper. I would definitely dig deeper on that one because I've dated someone. When I dated, we went out on some dates with somebody like that, and it's always let's go back to your place. Let's go back to your place. Well, if your mom lived with you, you shouldn't have a problem bringing me in your place. Yeah. So to even stop that, where's your own?
Okay.
Where's your own to stop that? Where's your own? Yeah, that's a non-negotiable for me. Having your own.
Okay, and so they must have their own place.
It's another non-negotiable. Oh, go ahead.
What's another?
Because it's going to be off this subject of non-place. So go ahead.
Oh, my question was, so even if they have their own place, like, what if they say, I want us to live together? What's the time frame on that?
It could be about a year.
Okay. That's not long. That's good.
Yeah, about a year. Depending upon the situation. But a year is good. You know, if we're good, if we're in a good place, a year is good into it. Then maybe we can move in with each other. Maybe.
Okay.
We can move in with each other. A year. But these lesbians be U-Hauling, it'd be a week. And y'all done moved in with each other. 3 months. And y'all done moved in with each other. Me, I need a year or two.
Yeah. See, me, that's why I said that I would probably be poly because it won't be no moving in with me. I don't want to live together ever.
Ever.
Ever. I would want to keep my relationship as pack a bag and go to your house. It's something sparky about that for me. I don't. Yeah. You know, it just. I want to pack a bag. I don't. I want to wake up and you're there.
Okay. I can do that. I can do somebody not living with me. I think there you go. You're back. Go ahead.
Okay, what happened?
You froze.
What you said?
Sparky.
You know, a little razzle dazzle. You know, like yeah. I wouldn't. No more move in. Like you got your own place. I'll come over your house for a week. You come to mine for a week, and you can go back home. And that may will change when I get like 70 or 80, and I just want to ride it out with somebody for the rest of my time, then that would be fine. But if tomorrow I got a divorce, oh yeah, from 39 to 68, I don't want to live with nobody.
You 39?
I think I'll be 39 this year.
You'll be 39. I'm about to say you're not about to be. I didn't think so. Okay.
The older I forget how old I am.
Yeah, you should. I mean, it's just a number. I mean, I'm still
somebody, yeah, you should.
Huh?
I was laughing at you. Somebody, yeah, you should.
You should. It's just a number. It's just a number. People get hung up on that age thing, that number. You shouldn't get hung up on that number. It's about maturity. You should not get hung up.
Does age matter in dating?
Yes, for me it does.
On both sides. Okay, they can't be too old and they can't be too young.
Nope.
Okay. What do they need to be in like a 5-year of you or like what?
Maybe going up. 5 years going up, 10 years going down. Because I can date a younger person. I have no problem with that. If they are established, they got their shit together, we can, and you're younger than me, we can date. And not too much younger than me. Not anymore. So 35 and up.
Okay.
Going up 55 maybe. You're pushing it.
Okay.
At this age of I am right now, I can date a 50-year-old. I can date a person over 50, but 55. If you're over 55, and it just really depends too, like how you carry yourself at 55.
Mm-hmm.
If you have that suave about you at 55, I don't mind.
Matter of fact, now that I think about it, I think that if I became single again, I'd be like, oh girl, I'm going to find me an 80-year-old that's going to take. They just did their 2-year anniversary
I
pictures.
know.
Yes. So
I'm not dating no 80-year-old. I am not dating an 80-year-old. I cannot do that. I'm telling you. Like, if this 80-year-old has nice, that 80-year-old piggly wiggly man did not have no swag at all. He was just not. I couldn't date. I couldn't do that. An 80-year-old woman, I could not do that. No. And I'm not 60. My mom is 66. I'm not dating a 66-year-old. I'm not dating someone that's 60. No. But I mean, it really does depend on the person, because I know someone who is my mom's age, and he is one of those silver hair beard people. Go to the gym, have swag. That's somebody. You know, if he had a sister that did the same thing, she had swag going on, I could date a 60-year-old. But if you walking with a cat, my mom is 66, 67, something. I'm not dating them. I'm not. We just not compatible. I like to go to the gym. That's another non-negotiable. That's another thing. You have to want to get in better shape or already be in great shape.
wait a minute. So they gotta go to the gym too?
Yes. And I say this. Let me tell you why I say this, people. Listen closely. Because I am a recovering big back. Okay? I am a recovering big back. And I need someone who's motivating me to do better. An alcoholic can't date another alcoholic. An ex-alcoholic can't date an alcoholic. They're going to influence you to slip back down. I can't date somebody who is a big back or is not trying to get out of those big back behaviors, because I am a recovering big back. I am a gym fanatic. I like going to the gym. And you ain't got to be a fanatic.
Your shoulders look slim.
Thank you. Thank you. You ain't got to be a fanatic, but you have to want to live better, to be active. You have to be active. You have to want to get up off that couch and walk. You can't be a person that sit on the couch and watch TV all day. I work. I am a workaholic. I work. You have to have something going on for yourself. So a non-negotiable for me, you have to be into health and fitness and want to live better. I have a friend who ride bikes all the time. He is a cyclist. He's into health as well. He's a personal trainer. He's into health. And one of the reasons why I say he cannot keep a relationship, because he loved that bike more than he loved anybody. You need to find somebody who loves riding the bike as much as you do.
He need to join a bike group.
So he's the president of the bike group.
Huh?
He's the president of the bike group.
Well, he need to find somebody in the group.
Well, you don't want to date nobody in the group. That could be some
another group.
Yeah, but that's who you need to find. You need to find somebody. When I was younger, I was like 27, maybe. And I dated someone who was just turning 20. She was 19. She was 19. Okay. And she used to say stuff to me about being equally yoked. And and she was younger than me, and I had no clue what the fuck she was talking about. What you mean equally yoked? She was like, you gotta find somebody who is equally yoked. Now, at my older age, and I was older than her, I see what the hell she's talking about. And I'm not talking about equally yoked in spirituality, people. I'm talking about equally yoked in life. Who wants to do the things that you want to do. They ain't got to do everything you want to do. They can do some different things as well, because you should want to have somebody to pull you over to experience new things. I don't want a person who have done everything I have done, because you're not giving me any type of experience.
Mm-hmm.
I need a person who have experienced some shit, and you're going to show me how to do it as well.
Mm-hmm.
That's the type of person. That's what I say with equally yoked. We're on this path of healthy consciousness. I can't date a person who is not on a path of healthy consciousness. I can't.
What
It's just
about spiritual? Do they need to be
spiritual.
spiritually?
Yes. Yes. They have to be spiritual. They don't have to be holy roly religious.
Mm-hmm.
I don't even date religious people. I don't do that. But they have to have a spiritual about them. They have to know that it's something out there more bigger than their self.
Mm-hmm.
And they have to understand that. They have to, you will be going to church. You have to go to my church. You have to go to my church every Sunday, but you will spend one of the dates will be at my church.
Now, why is that?
Because you have to understand what my spirituality is, what my connection is. You got to see where I come from. I believe my church played a big part of who I am now. So that person have to go to church with me and see, what grows me, what I believe in.
Would you go to their church?
Yeah, I will visit their church, but they got to understand I'm not going to go all the time.
Okay.
Especially if it's not the same denomination as mine.
Okay.
So that's one of the things you have to be. People say equally yoked and they think about religion. I'm not talking about religion. I am talking about on all levels of things.
Mm-hmm.
All levels.
Gotcha.
Yes.
Well, we have to work on this this dating app, and
we're gonna work on this dating app. 21 questions you ask on your date. And we're gonna come up with these questions. Make sure you leave your comments below so we can come up with some questions. Here come my killer dog from outer space.
will take us out.
Now it's time to say goodbye to all my family.
Until we meet again.
Make sure you
subscribe,
like, and share.
And
don't forget that notification button.
And
leave your comments down below. We'll make sure to get back to them. Bye.
Peace.